Starting out with Spider-Man Noir, we want to make sure we're taking a look at the Spider Society members as they make their way into the game. Let's take a look at their abilities. Are there anything we can take advantage of as far as their stats are concerned? Is there anything that we can maximize in and out of their assigned game modes? Now, Spider-Man Noir did receive a rework. His stats were adjusted. His speed is 120. His health is 73rd overall. So these stats in themselves are not necessarily game breaking, but let's take a look at some of the other things he can do. The rest of his stats are not overly impressive as well, except for that damage stat. In raids, he is the 11th overall highest damage dealer in the game. So we definitely want to take advantage of that. When it's his turn to hit somebody, you want to make sure you hit him and hit him hard. His passive ability is going to help you to do that. Notice it says in raids, you'll be filling his speed bar by 25%. That essentially guarantees that he's going to go first. If for some reason he gets knocked out, he has revived once. Notice about 3/4 of the way down there, it says when an enemy gains a positive effect, fill this character's speed bar by 10%. That's the same ability that the Super Skrull has in his passive. So it's going to make sure that Spider-Man Noir gets to go more quickly. He's not a character we can skip. Some people said they're going to skip Noir. He can't do that. He gives part of the damage stat, 25% damage, to the Spider Society team. Let's see how this plays out. You can test this out in the test drive section. Here's node number 1. Your Spider Society will load in. Buffs. You see Noir there. He has that revive once. He also has offense up. He's in stealth. And there he is. He gets to go first right after Infinity War Thor does his automatic attack. All right, node number 2. Interestingly enough, the only reason why we don't go first here is because, as you notice on the right-hand side of the screen, there is an opposing Spider-Man Noir. And it seems like he gets to go first. It might be a coin flip. I wasn't able to reproduce it so that I went first, but the enemy goes, retaliation happens, and the first turn that I get to take is once again with my Spider-Man Noir. And as we move along into node number 3, we see a similar trend. There's an Infinity War Thor, so he's gonna activate his passive, attacking my tank. And then the buffs kick in, my speed bar is up, and here we go. First attack is with Spider-Man Noir. Now, why is this significant? What advantage is this going to give you in the raids? Well, if you notice that all Noir's abilities were ready to go, so you can pick and choose how your opening attack can affect what your team's gonna do. We have his ultimate ability, Lead Rain. It applies disrupted for 2 turns to the primary target. Normally, we're gonna disrupt tanks so they can't taunt, or perhaps there's other individuals that have a bunch of positive effects. You can stop them from applying those positive effects if you can get to them first and apply disrupted. In like manner, his special ability, Chicago Typewriter, it removes taunts. So we have an ability that prevents people from taunting, an ability that removes taunts. So early in the game, this is to control the tanks. And notice, if for some reason you went and you were not able to apply the negative effects, then you will get a 50% boost in your speed bar, and Noir will get to simply go again. His basic ability, put him up. Not a whole lot going on here. It's going to give him, he's just going to do damage. It's going to put him back in stealth. He'll get some evades, regeneration. So as we said, I think this classifies Noir as a tank buster. So when the current incursion raids and perhaps these new raids that are coming out, we can use him to get ahead, control the tank to make sure our teams are able to do what we want them to do. So if we look back at node 1, we see Bishop, he has his taunt up. We can use a Noir special to clear the taunt. And then once again, we'll have access to being able to attack any of the other members that we see fit. In node number 3, we have 2 Absorbing Man. We're going to want to go ahead and use the ultimate to remove one of them. I choose the bottom because I want to get closer to the Squirrel Girl. I like trying to get the Squirrel Girl off the board. Then you're just going to do damage to make the other one lose his taunt. Then you start going nuts on the rest of the team. Now, there is one thing that you want to be mindful of. As you're doing the damage, when it comes back to Spider-Man Noir's turn, if there's not another tank on the board, then you want to wait. You're going to go ahead and just use your basic because another absorbing man is getting ready to drop in. So we don't want to get stuck behind that taunt. So we'll just use the basic, continue doing damage to the team. Next wave drops. There's the absorbing man. And like we said, speed bar comes back up. You can knock that taunt off and continue going after the rest of the team. Are there any other use cases you can think of when it comes to Spider-Man Noir? Please go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Maybe he can be viable in War, in Crucible. And hey, if you enjoy the videos, please subscribe. We're on our way to that 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to make that happen this year. Weather's getting nice. It is springtime. If it's nice in your area, make sure you get outside and get some of that fresh air. Peace.